I'm all the way up. Heather, I came in the game. I've been up ever since.
Talk about it.
That's over 2.5 decades. I've been all the way up.
Ow.
Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5. I've been talking about this all morning because I'm real excited for our friend.
Yes.
Since the past couple of years, we just been watching her blaze these trails. We saw her down for a second, and even when she was down, I dare to say she was all the way up. She first came out, she came to visit us, and we had a long conversation.
Yes,
and we talked about all that time she did, 7 winters and 6 summers.
Yep.
We talked about shit.
Yeah.
What's it like being in that tin can for so long?
It's crazy. I mean, it's great to be out of it.
Yeah,
right? It's much better being out of it than in it. But it changed me. It changed the person that I am. I would like to say for the better. And that doesn't usually happen. Contrary to the popular belief, it's a rehabilitation or correctional facilities, but they really don't correct much of anything or prepare you to rehabilitate anything. It's about what you do within yourself. And I took that time to just, focus on what I wanted to do when I got out and how I would do it. Like learned more about the business, not just, getting on the mic and rapping, but the actual ins and outs, the behind the scenes, and how to just, make the most of my career and of my brand.
One of the first things you did too, other than just write music, is you got on Love and Hip Hop.
Yes.
And at that time, that could be a gamble for an established artist. A new artist could come on there and maybe rise, but an established artist, it would be hard. How do you think that played out for you?
Well, it worked kind of according to plan. The reason why I did it is because I felt like when I came home, a lot of people, they were scared of me. They didn't really know what to expect. They didn't know who I was. Some people just Googled me, and when you Google, you get whatever Google gives them. And, it was hard for me to really get people to listen to my music and listen to my story and my testament when they were just judging me before I even opened my mouth. And my husband, he would, always tell me like, yo, babe, like, I don't know how you could talk to somebody and you leave and they don't love you and they don't feel you. Like, and I'm like, yeah, babe, but like, how do I get them to listen to me first? So I looked at the ratings and I did my research on the show, and I'm like, all right, this amount of million people watch the show every Monday. If I could get on here and I could just humanize myself and show them that I'm a person that goes through things, that made mistakes, that's trying to change their life, that has changed their life, that's, a wife and a daughter and a mom and just all these different things, if I do it the right way, it could work, and it worked.
One of the things you did, Remy, that humanized yourself is you probably share one of the most personal things that a person can share on TV in terms of having children, not being able to have children. I pulled this clip from the show, actually.
After the BET Awards, I want you to make sure that you really look at the schedule and see where it's going to be our cutoff point so that we can put 150% dedication into us having our children.
For real? Don't be telling me that, because I'm going to hold you to that.
Listen, I want no.
Don't make promises you can't keep now.
I'm promising, and
I need to record this. My phone. Can I record this? I get so on tape.
Stop! I'm serious. When I'm even put your stupid phone down. Schedule a time for me to go and we can sit down with the doctors and everything.
You said, right?
Yes.
I'm going to hold you to your word. I'm going to go to the doctor and we're going to get this process started.
I'm ready, babe. I swear to you, I'm ready.
Say that again.
He's very adamant about having children. Like, he comes from a big family. Like, I think his grandmother had like 18 kids.
Oh yeah, he wants kids.
Like, seriously, there's like 4 sets of twins. Like, my mother-in-law is a twin. Like, my sister-in-law has twins, and I'm just like, babe, I get it. It's great. I'm not doing 18. But
Yeah.
what happened was I had ended up getting pregnant with my husband, and we were happy, and we were planning everything, but we, for some reason, I don't know why, maybe it was God telling me to do it, I didn't tell anybody. We were the only ones that knew. And when I ended up having to tell everybody was when everything went bad. So it was crazy, because I called my mom and I'm like, Ma, I'm in the hospital, we found out that I was pregnant. She's like, oh, she just starts going crazy. I'm like, wait, Ma, like, and then this happened. So it was like everybody got like, everyone who's been like rooting for us to have this kid, it would be like this roller coaster we were able to send them. And I felt so bad as a woman, as a female, you feel like that's the one thing that we can do that, no one else can do. And, I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I felt all these different emotions. And my husband, he was just telling me like, yo, like, you think you're the only person that ever went through this? And I was like, I feel like I don't know anybody who went through this. I don't, like, nobody talks about it. And he was like, I think you should, share it on the show, share it with the world. That's why people love you. That's why people relate to you, because you're real and you keep it, authentic. And I'm like, I wasn't really sure about it. I'm gonna be honest. It was 150% Pap's idea.
Yeah.
And I did it, and I just learned so much. So many women, like, that's probably out of the 5 million followers I have, and however many 300 or something posts I got, that one post has the most comments, likes that I ever got out of any picture, video, anything I ever posted. And it was just so many women like, I went through this. And it was people that's around me, people that do my makeup, people that do my hair. And I'm like, why didn't nobody never say nothing? And it's the same reason why I didn't want to say anything, because you're embarrassed, you're ashamed. And then I started finding out like different ways that, you can help people. And I've really, like, I'm still in the process of like, I'm starting my whole fund of where I can help women who are having fertility issues, because a lot of women, it's not they don't have children or they can't absolutely not have children, is they don't have the money that it costs to make it possible. And it's just crazy to me, because I'm like, if you don't want to have a child, if you do get pregnant, it's a couple of $100, and it's not a problem anymore. But for people who desperately want to have children, it's thousands and thousands. I'm talking $30,000, $40,000.
Like for in vitro?
It's very expensive. So, and these are things that I would have never known had I went through it. God puts me through so many things, even, everything I went through with prison. There's so much things that I learned from that I would never know had I not actually went through it. So sometimes I'll be sitting there, they be like, God gives his strongest soldiers the toughest battles. I'll be like, God, I'm done. I had enough, no more. But after the fact, I look back and I'll be like, this is why this happened to me. This is why, because I think when I say things, people believe me, and they know I'm not just gonna do. I would never just make up a storyline or make up something that serious just for views or just for people like to feel some type of way. That's something that's very real and very active in my life, and I'm definitely still going through with everything that I told my husband. It's a process. Like, it's a long thing. You got to take 3 different needles in your stomach, and they draw your blood, and it's just a lot. It's like months of preparing before it even comes to that. So while I'm out here, giving you guys this wake me up in these 7 winters and 6 summers, I'm gonna be preparing for that moment when I get to share a child and a pregnancy with my husband.
That's what's up. I appreciate your honesty in that. Remy Ma, ladies and gentlemen.
you.
7 winters, 6 summers. You've made a lot of noise in the game, obviously, with the music you've been dropping, and also the what would you call it, the competition between you and Nicki.
I guess.
Yeah.
If you want to call it competition.
That's Remy Ma right there.
I mean, like, I personally feel like it's when I came home. I didn't come home. I didn't want no beef with nobody. I didn't want it to be I just wanted it to be able so that I had a lane. And when I came home, the state of hip hop, it was just so discouraging. Not just, for me, like, not necessarily for me, should I say that, but for everyone else. I just didn't understand, like, where's all the females, where's all the women that are out here? I know it can't be just nobody's making music, and I feel like when people see me able to make records that go double platinum and win the BET Hip Hop, Female of the Year, it was encouraging. It opened doors to where women's like, okay, man, maybe I could do this, or maybe I can be myself and be like this. I don't have to be like this cookie cutter image or whatever the case may be. So I definitely feel like it's opened the doors. This is the most female hip hop has been talked about since Kim was like at her peak, and I'm happy about it. Like, a lot of times people are cool. I'm not cool with just being the only one. I'm the type of person, like, if I go out, I'm not cool if I look good and all my friends look crazy. Nah, everybody gonna look good and we gonna all go out the same way, or we not going.
Right.
So I always said, if I was in position, I'm gonna open the door and I'm letting everybody in, and that's what I've been doing. Like, it's no fun if you sit here and you talking about you this, you that, and I'm popping. Like, I still feel like I'm dead nice. My pen is crazy. I'm the best ever. Like, that's how you supposed to feel.
You write all your own rhymes.
Absolutely.
Never
Absolutely.
Papoose has written.
I mean, well, considering that I was rapping for about 10 years, as far as you guys know, before I even knew a Papoose existed, yeah, there was no Papoose the day I met Big Pun. He it just wasn't there,
Yeah.
or any of the other things that I did. I try to tell people all the time that wasn't even an issue. That was never even a thought in someone's mind until people put certain things out there in the social media world that we live on. They gravitate towards that. If I said right now, like, oh yeah, I heard from Sway that Heather never wrote none of her records. So and so wrote All Glocks Down. Like that, people all of a sudden start questioning you when you go doing interviews. Like, we hear that. This is like,
Yeah, I just pull on my publishing.
You just show them the publishing
Like,
error?
publishing check.
like I mean, I actually do own all my publishing.
That shut it down.
So
Man, we got two stunners in here now.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's a lot of things have never, my pen never been questioned ever in years. Like years. I was doing interviews from prison in jail, spitting for 6 minutes straight. Like, what was Pap sneaking into
One
the
of the
cell?
things that you talked about the last time you was here, like outside of music, like you was like, yo, if I had an opportunity, I love doing designing and planning and wedding coordinating.
Yeah.
Have you started doing that too? Or
Every chance I get, I am in, like, I have a house. Actually, I'm moving, should I say, because I haven't officially today. It's not finished, to North Carolina. My mom lives
wow.
there. My grandmother, both of my sisters, my little brother. I actually opened a store. It's called Conceited.
Okay.
It's a women's clothing store. It's in North Carolina. And I did that because, when I actually do have children, I want to be close to my family, people that could help me or whatever. And but I love it because I just have so much to play. I have a pickup truck down there, and I live in all the Home Depots and the Lowe's and the Home Goods. And any chance I get, I'm like, with my circular saw and my nail gun. Like, that's just what I do. I walk around all day like, whose birthday is coming? Is anybody pregnant? Is there a baby shower I could do? What's it like? But that's what's fun to me. Like, a lot of times people, they only see one side, of artists, and I think that was a mistake that I made when I first started. But after going through everything I went through when I was stripped, and when I mean stripped, I mean literally stripped. Bend over, spread your cheeks, lift your boobs, open your mouth, flip your ears, run your hands through your hair. Phone calls, listen to, mail read, everything. I'm like, and this was with people that I despise. I'm like, there's nothing that I have to hide from my fans at all.
Yeah.
People that actually love me, people that was sending me letters when I was at my lowest, darkest point in my life, and just giving me the inspiration to keep going and know that there was like some inkling of light at the end of the tunnel. Like, I could share anything with them, and that's pretty much what I've been doing. I just feel like sometimes where we grew up and where we came from, they raised us a little wrong. They teach us a certain way. Oh, you gotta hide your emotions, you gotta hide your feelings, you gotta be hard, you gotta be like this, you gotta be like that. And when you grow up and you get older, you realize that's not what it's about. It's about relationships. It's about family. It's about, if I never made another song ever, never, if I never went in another studio, I would be okay. I would be good. Like, this is not my life. This is my job. This is my career. Before, it was my life. Like, I missed plenty of Thanksgivings, plenty of New Year's, plenty of Christmas. My mom, come over. I'm like, nah, I got to show over here. Nah, I got to go here. Now it's just like, nah, the 22nd is my cutoff point. I'll be back to you guys on the 28th because I'm going to be with my family. Like, when I was going, I wasn't sitting in there praying for a record. I wasn't in there praying for an interview. I was in there praying to have a hot meal that my mom made, or to go to the movies with my husband. Those are the things that matter to me. Like, this is not the end all, say all for me. And some people, they move like that. And that's why a lot of them go crazy when they don't have it anymore.
Remy Ma.
Yeah.
And by the way, we should make note of the glasses she has on. I don't even know what the hell those are. But
I peeped them super early.
What are they?
These are Gucci.
Oh, damn. Okay. Okay, all right.
No, you just asked me.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not giving me a check or anything. I actually paid for these, so there's no promotion there.
talk
Like,
to
if
your
y'all
man.
want to, though, y'all can.
Okay, wow, those are nice glasses.
Thank
Remy.
you.
Okay,
Thank
everything's
you.
on point. All right, go ahead, Trey.
I love how you're prioritizing peace. Is the most important. We're always speaking here about how people have different definitions of success, and I feel like when people see you doing that in your own life and making sure that internally you're right, then everyone else does it, and that also lends itself to more female camaraderie. Those are two words we very rarely hear. And I remember when Cardi was playing around and she was doing like the For the Dick challenge, and she mentioned how she would have you and Nicki like do a track together. Would there ever be a chance, if the timing was right, the way we saw a Jay and Nas put things behind them, would you be willing to do a track for the bigger piece?
I'm a rapper, not a psychic. I don't know. I can't tell you what the future holds. Like, I don't really know. If you understand. What? I just don't know. I feel like sometimes I get tired of people like keep asking. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I swear to everything, I don't care. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, I don't care. I don't think about it. I don't wake up like, hey, I want to, like, I really honestly don't care. I'm sitting here today, people are like, are you excited? Yeah, record's about to drop at 12. I'm like, yeah, I guess. Like, I don't know what they want me to do. Like, I'm happy. I'm proud of myself. And, and I think it's great. And I think it's a dope record, an amazing record. And with me and Kim coming together,
that's dope right there.
Contrary to what people think. We just did it because it was just dope. Like, when I heard the record, I was like, yo, I hit Kim on this. This is crazy. Like, Kim got to get on this. Like, and
so it's not a diss record?
No.
Okay.
No. Y'all know when it's a diss record. It's like, you will know. Like, it's not going to be
like,
is this a diss record? Maybe. Like, you would know. Like, I don't care. Like, I just wish people, like, really, like, seriously, like, get over it, and other people need to get over themselves. Like, everything is not about, like... Okay. This is about me. This is about me, and it's about me and Icon, somebody that's created so much lanes for people like me in this industry. Actually, me getting somebody like that on my record. Like, she didn't have to do it. She could have been like, no. Like, oh, no, I'm not jacking. Like, that's not what I'm doing right now. But she did it, and she can't. And she brought her A game, and she sounds amazing. And in the video, she looks amazing. And I just think it's a great thing. I wish people would just stop trying to turn something that's positive and that's a good thing, and that we're trying to, segue into a new wave of how females and women just in the industry, not just the rappers, but behind the scenes too, because there'll be a lot of cattiness going on just in the industry, period, on every level. Like, and just let it be that. Let us be great. Like, stop trying so hard to make it something negative when it's not.
Wow. Remy Ma, ladies and gentlemen. Real quick, what did you get from Kim in the studio? I mean, this is somebody who's been in the studio with Big Puff.
First of all,
oh my God.
Let me tell you. Let me make sure I'm prepared for this.
Okay.
So first of all, I love going to the studio with whoever I'm doing the record with. I hate emailing the record, waiting to get back. Like, there's no vibe, there's no energy. You can't, like, change things and tweak things at the end. There's, like, nothing to bounce off of it. But that's what so many people do. So we actually were in the studio, and I came to the studio. I had my verses down already, and I'm like, listen, because a lot of people do that too. They don't be wanting to put their verses on it. They just want you to just go in, and they go and then try to outdo you. I'm like, listen, this is what I said. This is what it's going to be, and this is the route that I'm going in. And I explained to her, like, yo, this is, like, really, I was kind of paying homage to her on the record.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want you on the record, but as a fan, and I mean this in no way, form, shape, possibly disrespect, I'm a fan first of Little Kim, and I want to see the Little Kim that was squatting down in the leopard bikini on this record. And I think all Little Kim fans, like, when we think of Little Kim, we want that hardcore, notorious.
I used to be scared of the
KIM. That's the Kim that we want. And I'm like, I want the deep, raspy voice. I want all that. And she came with it. Like, when I tell you we was in the studio till like 4 or 5 in the morning, like, it was bad. I was like, you know what, Kim? Take my pen and my paper. I'm going over here to write my mom, because you shut up. Like, she's hilarious. Wouldn't stop cracking jokes. Wouldn't stop playing, joking around. But she was serious about what she was doing. I ended up doing a verse too for a record that she has that I can't wait for you guys to hear. But it was just cool. Ever since then, like, we've been called. So today the record comes out. I've been walking around with my little purse. She bought me
we about to play
She
it.
bought me this Fendi bag.
Wait, show me the Fendi. Hold on. I bought you something. I've been interviewing her for years. I ain't never got a...
No, stop. It's a cute bag. But this is my good luck bag.
Oh, that's
today.
a nice
Kim
bag.
gave me this bag, so I got my little stuff in it. She gave me my favorite though. She got me a Fendi gold picture frame, and she's like, it's a picture that we took in the studio. She's like, I want you to keep this on your dashboard. I'm like, on a dashboard, Kim? She's like, yeah, I think it's mine. Just like huge. It's not like a little picture frame. Like it was just such a nice gesture, because back in the summer, obviously I didn't promote it or tell anybody, but when I got all of the girls to come to the Queen Latifah Latifah and MC Light.
They all did Summer Jam with you, right?
And Kim and Cardi and Young M.A. Like, I got all of them coming out. I had went and bought everybody crown necklaces. It's like everybody's a queen and everybody, does their thing in their own right. And I wanted everybody to feel like I just want to show my appreciation. So when we left the video, she was like, wait, I have something for you. I'm like, no, stop. I'm not used to people giving me stuff. So it's just like a weird feeling. Like, it's like my favorite bag right now. Like, I'm carrying it everywhere.
I like that. And I like this spirit of unity that we see, especially women in the industry.
I mean, I've never been a hater. Any female you could ask, any one of them, every single one of them, even the ones you think you can't ask them too. When I sat down and I told them, I always try to give advice. I always try to come like on some peace positive. Like, so when I see like little things on social media, like, oh, now she wants to be peaceful after she just tried to tear somebody down. No, somebody tried to secretly tear me down. Like, if I don't like you, I don't like you. You'll know it. I can't act like I like you. I can't act like we cool. Like, the Gemini in me won't allow me to be like, hey, girl, no, I don't like you. I'm going to tell you I don't like you, and that's going to be it, and I'm not going to deal with you. But if I deal with you or we cool and I don't have a problem with you, I want to see you. And there's people that I don't know, and when I meet them, I'm like, yo, hey, I seen you on such and such. I think what you're doing is great. Oh, your shoes is nice. Oh, your hair's nice. Your makeup looks nice. I don't have a problem congratulating people or appreciating what they have done. I don't think I'm the best at everything. I mean, a lot of things, but not everything. And, I feel like sometimes people get caught up in themselves and they let other people around them plant things and say little things, and it just gets real corny. So if I can, I'm gonna always try to keep the peace, because I'm like, I exaggerate. Like, I'm the queen of, you step on my shoelace, I want your whole leg amputated. Like, I don't know how to do tit for tat. It's like tit for it's like, so I try to,
tit for death.
Yes, pretty much. Yes, tit for death. I'm gonna use that. I'll send you your publishing.
Oh shit.
You got to send people their publishing.
Serious. I love that you said
about
that.
the publishing. Nobody else.
Right.
Publishing.
It's tense in here. All right, before we world premiere, while we got Remy here, because I don't know when we're going to see her again.
Oh, please.
Stop moving down south.
I'm just saying. You're going to North Carolina real quick.
Remy, I have a question for you.
That's Mike Muse.
So great to meet you. You talked about the responsibility and lessons you learned coming out of prison. You talked about responsibility and lessons you learned from the fertility challenge that you had. You talked about the lessons and the challenge and responsibility you have about bringing more female MCs into the game. When you go into the studio, are you able just to be Remy Ma in the studio, or are you thinking about all those things once you go into the studio?
In all honesty, when I go into the studio, I'm thinking about all my favorites, all the people that I like, and all the people that you guys out there think are great. The M's and the J's and the J. Cole's and the Kendricks. And I be thinking, like, what are they going to say when they hear this? Like, I know people are like, oh, do you compare yourself to, like, honestly, I don't think about nobody with breasts or any type of vagina, nothing feminine at all. I be saying, like, I want the ones that get respect and is not questioned at all. Those are the people that I'm thinking about when I go in there. And of course, I'm gonna put me into it. I'm always Remy Ma. Like, I'm always Remy. Before I was Remy Ma, I was always Remy. Like, in my head, I was popular growing up. Like, I didn't just get into music and become popular. Like, this has been me all the time. And a lot of times, that's the problem. Some of these people, they never was nobody ever until like now, so they don't even know how to deal with it. But I always want to be me. I never want to have to be like, okay, I gotta go do sway. Let me turn into Remy Ma. Let me go in here. Like, nah, anybody that meet me, they could tell me whether they met me now, 10 years ago, in a studio, at a show, in a supermarket, they always meet the same person. Like, that's just that. I don't know how to be nobody else. Nobody else can be me better than me.
Remy Ma, DB, I'm gonna let you get this question off before we world premiere this song.
All right, no, I gotta ask because we saw on Love and Hip Hop where you took Pap out to have a picnic, and then you gently tried to tell him, "Listen, I think we should go in a different direction." But here's a clip for anybody who missed it.
I didn't fire my husband. I'm just kind of giving him a break to do other things and hiring someone to come in and take over his job. I feel that with everything that's going on, somebody else should be handling it. It's a lot.
I really feel like we should stick to the script.
By the look in your eyes, I can tell that you cry a lot. Since you claim you're a shooter, I promise you're gonna die shot.
Ooh, that's hard.
Why you writing rhymes?
That's hard.
Why you writing rhymes? You wanna be the manager and every now and then turn into an artist.
And I told you, I'm more interested in the business side than the artist side at this point in my life. That's where I'm at.
Okay. Let me explain.
Okay.
Because it kind of does sound like I fired him. Listen to it back. But that's not what happened. What happened was my husband, he's an amazing guy. Like, hands down, Papoose is amazing. Not just, as a husband, but as when he was managing me, as a lyricist. Like, he's just dope all the way around. Like, and I can say that because I don't care. A lot of people have problems giving props to people. Like, he is an amazing person. A lot of things that people wouldn't even know. I'm glad that I dragged him on the Love and Hip Hop with me so people could see how great he is. We're actually relationship goals, which is super creepy, but that's a whole nother story. But he did a great job. Like, I managed to get a double platinum song, a gold song, a BET Best Female Award, 2 Grammy nominations, Soul Train, like all of that independent with just me and my husband running everything. But there comes a time where I feel like we need to take it to the next level. And we did everything. We got money. We happy. We good. I don't ever want it to be to where we work so much. It was to the point where only time I really got to like spend time with my husband is if we was on a plane. Like, that was when we got to sit down, talk about our phones wasn't really working. And then, God forbid, we get on a plane that has Wi-Fi. Like, even that time got taken away. So it was like, listen, I'm being a little bit selfish. I want my husband a little bit. And let's let somebody else handle the job. And also not just handle the job, but take it to the next level to where we could go other places with it. And I want him to kind of focus on getting that bag that's waiting for all this black love stuff that's going on. Like, babe, there's a check over there somewhere. Could you please go get it? Thank you. I appreciate it. So, like, that's what that was. And he's just so steadfast in everything. He watches everything that, people do for me and that's around me. Like, if he sees something, like, I give him that hands down. He spots them out a mile away. I don't like that person. This one don't mean no good to you. And every time I went against him, he was absolutely right. So it's kind of good to have him around because he's not biased at all. And he's like this on everybody, seeing like what's going on. Because me, I get in a good space. I'm like, hey, it's a party. Everybody. He's like, that's what we're not doing. So it wasn't that he was just fired. It was just, just making it a little bit better. Giving us more personal time.
What does he think? So Vincent Herbert is at the new management?
Yes.
What did Papoose say about Vincent?
He likes him.
He likes him?
He likes him.
Okay.
Oh, first of all, there was no way I wasn't getting somebody that was like a family man. That's no like he has a history of what he does. He's very respectful to me and to my husband, and he believes in what I'm doing. Like, and it's not even about the money with him. He's like, yo, I didn't do that. You did that. We walked into me. He's like, I didn't get you that meeting. They called here. Like, it's not about like what he can get from me. It's more so like, how can he help me be the greatest that I can be, and he sensed that immediately from the beginning. So he actually likes him. Strangely, I say actually because he don't like nobody.
Yeah, Vincent's a good guy though.
He
did a lot for Lady Gaga and others.
Yes.
So now Remy Ma, now the moment we all been waiting for. We had to talk to you first though.
I'm excited.
All right, this is the song that's had everybody chattering for the past month. It feels like. To a icon, and you're becoming legendary in the rap game.
Whoa, legendary.
Came together to do this collaboration. Wake Me Up. Remy, I want to thank you for coming through this morning.
Thank you guys for having me.
Don't leave me hanging. The camera's rolling.
Damn it, doing like one of those.
Yeah.
Nobody does it with 2 hands.
Well, the world leaders do that, Remy. They do.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool. The last
we get
time.
my world leaderness. My bad.
Global impact.
I ain't there yet. Okay. I'm learning.
You're almost there, but 7 winters, 6 summers.
Yes.
Is it a release date yet?
No, we don't have a release date for the album yet, but we have all the singles lined up. I shot most of the videos already too. By the way, we just was in LA this weekend. We shot the next song with Chris, and the video's amazing. I got another video coming up in about 2 weeks with A Boogie, and I'm just working it. The album is what it is, but I want to focus. I want everybody to get each piece of it. Sometimes we rush as artists and be like, just want to throw out the album, like. People don't think like that no more. Like we would sit back. Like I remember being in high school and I'm rewinding. I'm listening to the whole album from beginning to end, and we're gonna talk about. Now they just want the songs, instant gratification, one at a time. Like you gotta give it to them a little bit at a time.
So Chris Brown's the next one.
Yes. Of course. So far, yes.
So far, he produced it, or who produced?
No. The Chris Brown record was produced by Dallas Austin.
Dallas Austin.
He produced that record.
The third one. Okay. All right. This is it.
Anything changeable. They're interchangeable. They're all great, amazing records. So I don't really care what order they come in.
I appreciate you coming in to the citizens tuned in worldwide. Hit up Remy Ma. If you would let her know what you think of the song, hit her up directly on social media.
Or you could call me at 555-555-555.
Okay, hit her up. Wake Me Up featuring Lil Kim on Sway in the morning. It's a world premiere here at Sirius XM Shade 45. We want to thank Sci-Hi the Prince for coming by today.
Gosh.
All right, and let Remy know what you think of the song. Here it is, Sway in the morning.
Sway in the morning, exclusive on Shade 45. It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.